This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Touch 50.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Under 10. Watch twist. We're going to 54.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike to 59. Go. Check. We're going to 53. Watch out. Shift. Check. We're going to 54.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Check. 49. Check. 42's the mark. Get ready. Here we go. 46. 42, Mike 42. 3 buzz. Mike 42. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
6 man. Check curls. Check 43. Say. Tight dog. We're going to 54. Then we're going to 53. Check 99.
Now a give right side. Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got it to Williams. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A. where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going under.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the Raiders Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First down, Kansas City.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Wilson, a screen to Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll go down as a loss of 8. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Check the hot read. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Bang. Here we go. 54, 26.
On first down, it's Carson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. We're going to 54. 26.
Here's Carson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike, check. 59. Here we go, 46. What? Mike, spot 9. 26.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Second quarter from Oakland. The homestanding Raiders with the football here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got you, son. I got you. Here we go, 47. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Don't let him go. Don't let him breathe. Here we go, 47. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. You're not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. And Dwayne Allen on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And their first down, Chiefs.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On the counter, here's Bell. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. Back deep here, Marcus Murphy. This is taken around the 12. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch 54. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Switch. Switch. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check 31. Go to 54. Go to 54.
They run it with Carson. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, 1 set. 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Yeah. You don't want none.
Prescott now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
$12 yards on the return that time, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles, and it's an early lead there for the Saints. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Bell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now Prescott. They'll find Everett there, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Jackson to return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
On 2nd and very short, Wilson, and it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Here we go. 42, check, Mike 42. Let's go, defense. Hey, man. Here we go, kill.
42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Oh, try.
Mike's 42.
Go. Get out there. 26.
From the 31, Prescott. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson, and he finds Penny. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
95.
Watch the run.
Mike, 53.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Here we go, 46.
Mike's 54.
26.
Here's Prescott. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 480.
54. Mike, 54.
Yeah. Hey, kill. 47.
Mike, 54. It's our time.
26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Check. 154. Right here. Slam. Watch the edge. Hey, alert 3.
We're going to 54. 26.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Big edge.
We're going to 53. 26.
They run again with Carson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Now it's Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
I got it. Rush in. We're going to 54.
This is Carson. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
SOS. Check 24. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Freeman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Watch the shit. 47. Why? Get wide. 26.
Freeman again. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Check 37. Quick dad.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the run. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Chris Carson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point good by Hopkins. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. Here we go, here we go.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
On first down, it's Carson. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On second down now, it's Carson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On third down, Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Again, it's Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter,